Hey there, thank you for tuning into Duckbricks. I'm Chris, and the time has come. Finalist voting for the LEGO Bionicle Fan-In Contest number 4, Zombies of the Red Star, has just begun. So for this contest, we had over 80 entries, and after our several rounds of preliminary voting, it is now time to take a look at our top finalists as we go in to determine who will win, who will prevail, and who will tell the final tale. And so, without further ado, let's take a look at the polls. And now, it is my pleasure to unveil the top 10 finalists for this round of the Zombies of the Red Star Bionicle Fan-In Contest number 4. Out of over 80 entries and 5 preliminary polls, only 10 have remained. Number 1 is the Red Star Zombies series, Death Charger Lhikan by Sinova. This reimagines the concept of resurrection on the Red Star, where Turaga Lhikan was instead rebuilt into a body more powerful and deadly than ever. This is one of the most interesting digital entries we have seen, recoloring Lhikan's color scheme to silver and blackened red. Moving on to number 2, we have Infested Nocturn by BonkleChaser. This is a reimagining of Nocturn, where his skin has been bleached pale white, utilizing the Bionicle system pieces for the carapace of the head, and switching around some of his arms into a gruesome mass of tentacles. Moving on to number 3, we have the Archive Amalgam by Yarnolj. This is a mangled combination of half a dozen Matoran from the Archives Massacre in Metru Nui, where multiple different Matoran were combined together into this hulking monstrosity. At number 4, we have a fantastic art entry, Terror Tales from the Red Star by MorganRyanArt / Po-Koro Morgan. This reimagines the guardians and beings of the Red Star in a comic book size format. Similar to some of the old Zombies classic comics, this portrays the tales of the Red Star, with Kopaka and Bohatu facing off against hordes of zombies. Moving on to number 5, we have Ralik, Husk of Ice by Grey 101. This physical mock takes expert usage of system pieces to showcase an eye falling out of its socket, some specialized asymmetrical system armor, and a once noble Toa of Ice who protected the Matoran but made the ultimate sacrifice. On to number 6, we have Hydraxon, the Walking Graveyard by Jox Builds. This is the original Hydraxon, when he was killed and reassembled on the Red Star, which forged him together with other unfortunate souls on the space station. Now he is doomed to roam the Red Star and terrorize its inhabitants, continually absorbing more and more beings into his walking graveyard. At number 7, we have Red Star Lhikan by PowJump. This is a zombified version of Turaga Lhikan, which interestingly enough seems like it can be built into a standard Turaga Lhikan, should you switch out the limbs if you want to display both next to each other. This is another great physical build that symbolizes tattered robes by hanging Technic bars and shows a very skeletal arm dangling from his side. Moving on to number 8, we have an entry that barely made it in thanks to some orders being late. This is Hyrcanus by Bionic Pyronicle. Having initially started off as a digital entry, the actual builder of this model went out of the way to construct it in physical form, where you can see it in all its glory before you, with a custom printed mask. This is an amalgamation of robotics, flesh, and machines, a very unique concept for a zombie on the Red Star. Moving on to number 9. We have Red Star Botar by Prog-Aries. This is another fantastic art entry and is one of my favorite art entries we have ever seen from any of the other contests, depicting a botched resurrection of Botar, emphasizing his sharp teeth and asymmetrical dangling limbs. And finally, last but not least, we have, in number 10, this is yet another reimagining of Nocturn, Red Star Zombie Nocturn by GZB Mox. This is a really interesting interpretation of the fallen creature, where instead of using his normal legs, he now ambles along on his 2 lower arms, for the bottom half of his body has been ripped apart. This is absolutely one of the most creative reimaginings of an original Bionicle character yet, and altogether, these 10 entries make up your 10 finalists to vote for. Now, how do you vote? Simply go to the bottom slide in the video link, where you can see a link to vote. Click on the link and you will be brought to a Google Forms page, where you will be prompted to select your favorite entry, your second favorite, and your third favorite. But again, since this is finals, you may only pick entries once per category. If you vote for the same entry in, say, the favorite and the second favorite, your votes will be discarded, so make sure that you pick a different entry each time to allow each one of the zombies to have a chance at success. Once you hit submit, this form will close in a matter of days, where on the link below, this will close December 3rd at 11:59 p.m. EST, where the winner will be announced in the following days. And so, what are you waiting for? It is now time to go to the polls and vote, and I cannot wait to see who will be crowned the winner of this 4th Bionicle Community Fanon Contest, taking home an actual prototype LEGO Bionicle piece, several custom items, where actually the top 4 entries will be receiving rewards and gifts from many around the community. Alright, and with that we have summed up how to vote for the 4th Bionicle Fanon Contest. I am dying to see who wins, so don't forget, go down to the link in the description below and vote now.